Come stai, Raffaele?
Work in progress.
Work in progress. E Giuliana, mio amore, come stai? Andata lei?
Ok, it's okay.
Ok, e Loredana?
Benissimo, bene.
Okay, good. Andrea?
Very good.
Good. So, did you want to wait for the other two or should we start?
No, we should start because we don't know when they will come. Because, for example, Marina had something with her job. Hello, hello, Kat.
Oh, that's Abby. Oh, no, that was Juno now. Okay. I'm surrounded by animals. Okay. So do you want to start with boundaries?
Oh, okay. Okay. Actually, we have 3 questions. She reminded me that we have 3 questions, not 2. Okay. We can start with boundaries. Se iniziamo con quella domanda sui confini.
Sì.
Okay.
Okay. And what's the third question? Is it primary scenario related?
No, it's related to the sexual scenario. Come si chiama?
Okay.
No, ma come si chiama scenario sessuale? No, quello è il sexual scenario. And it's a very precise question because it's why do we give so much importance to the wet dream for the male and the first
Menstruation.
menstruation, yes.
Because it's what the person makes of it. Different cultures have different traditions around girls getting their period. I've heard, some get their faces slapped to all different things. So again, it's what is that body experience around the feelings of what happens. Maybe a boy doesn't even know about a wet dream and wakes up and thinks, they peed in their bed and it causes a bit of a trauma. What if it's just a celebration and it's exciting and they understand it and, so it's really what that body experience is around those 2 significant events because in a sense, right, it's a boy becoming sexual, being able to be sexual, and a girl's body turning into a woman's body in a sense. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you want to say it in Italian?
Volete che facciamo la traduzione un po' alla volta?
Sì.
Allora,
Io non ho capito neanche la domanda.
ok.
La domanda l'ho capita.
La domanda è perché è importante nello scenario sessuale, che a un certo punto mi sembra la terza domanda è per l'uomo il primo sogno bagnato e per la donna la prima mestruazione. La risposta è importante ciò che la persona poi, come la persona vive quell'esperienza lì, no? Cioè è chiaro che è legata alla sessualità, nel senso che ce l'ha qua. E quindi, siccome è legato alla zona genitale quell'esperienza, una donna che magari in una certa cultura viene schiaffeggiata per la prima mestruazione, no? O comunque viene considerata una cosa sporca, eccetera, magari va a legare la sessualità a questa cosa. Per esempio, un uomo magari non se ne accorge neanche che si viene fisciato nel letto, quindi si fa un'idea della propria incontinenza, piuttosto che la vive come un'esperienza eccitante. Quindi in realtà si va a verificare perché è un cambiamento forte a livello fisico che tocca la zona genitale per vedere se c'è qualcosa che poi viene vissuto a livello sessuale.
Ok, quindi sempre...
Come?
Proprio per il corpo, l'informazione proprio corporale,
Sì, ecco.
Ok.
Ok.
Okay.
Dai.
Yeah, okay. Any other questions about that?
No, it's very clear.
Okay,
Thank you.
boundaries.
Boundaries. So, okay, I'd like to tell you an experiment we made here. I made with Marina, actually. It's about the fact, I was wondering if, because we often talk about boundaries energetically. We ask, where do you arrive energetically? Where are you energetically? So I guess that if it was just energetic stuff, you should be able to feel if I come into your boundaries, even though you don't see me, you don't hear my cut on the floor. Just that I'm coming inside your boundaries.
Okay,
Okay? Because I think that it's pretty evident that boundaries are also symbolic. Because, for example, you use the mother, which is a ball. So it's obviously something symbolic. And so when I draw my boundary, if you step in, it may be energetic, my reaction, but also symbolic, because I give a meaning to that space. It's me, so you don't come across my space, so it's also symbolic. So the experiment was this one. Marina, through breathing, felt her space and draw her boundaries around her body. And I was behind her, and I went into her space without making any noise, just with my legs. And so I repeated that 20 times, and every time I asked her, what do you feel in your body? And actually we didn't find any strong difference between when I came into and when I stayed outside. So sometimes she felt something here in the neck, but maybe I was just staying outside still.
oh, okay,
So
okay.
that was the experiment, and I will give you everything. And it all started because we were discussing with Claudio that during the lesson, the last week we had, you draw the. You said when two persons get together, maybe sexually,
Oh, yes,
their space is just around the
Yes.
skin. And Claudio said, well, in my experience, I think that I have my space, and that if the other person with her space comes towards me, if we are in intimacy, there will be a common part, an intersection between the two circles, which is different from the drawing Gary made when there was a space and the other space was like this.
Yes. yeah.
Separate.
You're talking about
Yes.
that calm space in between?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, whose space is that in between?
Both persons. It's like we share a room. It's my room and also her room. Something
Okay.
like that.
Do you and does everybody remember? Can't remember exactly when, Andre, but you were sitting way back there behind you, and in the big group and I had you make a boundary and you drew your circle and you put my chair in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, does everybody know? So in a sense, it's so familiar for you to find that little piece to give yourself up with. I don't think I have a blank board right now. Let me look real quick. They're all marked up.
In the meanwhile, I translate a little bit.
Well,
No.
so
No.
that space, right? If we take that person away, it's as if those two overlapping lines aren't there.
I don't understand.
Energetically.
Yes. Energetic.
So, okay, the visual of having a space. Here, because you and Bella both understand English and you're sitting next to each other. Do you have chalk there?
Yes.
Okay, so let's grab some chalk, let's just do it. But I want to make sure Juliana and Raffaele and Loredana are following this.
Okay.
Okay?
Everybody have chalk? Or two? Only one?
No, two, at least two.
At least
Two people who are sitting next to each other, and each of you make a boundary.
With our seat.
Just make a boundary.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Devo fare il cerchio.
Is there a way to tilt it down a little bit, the camera down, or have you moved back? Perfect.
You
A little higher, so I'll be able to see your faces. Okay. Okay, perfect. So, Andrea and Juliana, just notice your boundaries.
Mm.
Okay, so I can't see you, but that's okay, I see your boundaries. What do each of you notice in your body with your boundaries?
Now I feel more air. Cosa noti nel tuo corpo adesso che hai disegnato?
Okay. And Juliana?
Per me non è cambiato nulla.
Nothing changed.
Okay. So now, notice how you were really careful in making your boundaries just come right up against each other without overlapping.
Yes.
Okay?
No,
So now, overlap them.
Adesso dobbiamo dobbiamo sovrapporli.
Ok.
Is she okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And now notice.
Anxiety. Here.
Yeah.
È un po' di
Senti?
emozione.
Are you breathing?
Less.
Yes.
I have
Stiamo
in my
respirando.
Sì.
I have in my boundaries, but I feel different when their boundaries overlap. And I haven't my boundaries.
Okay, so now can I see your faces again?
Yes.
Io non ce li ho, però quando voi li avete sovrapposti ce lo sento anch'io.
So about ballet, you were saying based on what they did, you feel different in your body.
Yes.
But I didn't draw it.
And Juliana?
po' di respiro affannoso.
Panting breath.
Sorry, what?
Respiro, cioè,
Shorter?
Difficult, short breath. Yes.
So you can have the experience how overlapping boundaries it's like it erases your boundary. Valet in the room, not even a part of it, experiences it in her body. Your breath got shorter. Juliana's having a harder time breathing. This is what happens when you don't have a boundary.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes. Questo è quello che succede quando non hai uno stato, non hai confine.
Cioè di
Translating.
andare in sbattimento perché
tu non hai confine, allora vai sbattimento
perché vedo questo.
Beth, I made an experiment with my client.
ma non è un'esperienza energetica, è un'esperienza svolta.
Sì, questo è per ascoltare.
Wait. Hang on one second. Valet, are you speaking for you?
No, I just expected Juliana stop to speak. Stop
Wait, I
speaking.
couldn't hear.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. I made an experiment with my client. I don't know if an experiment for me is new, okay? And I've got.
Wait, Valet, 1 second. 1 second. Okay? Because I'm going to come right back to that. But I just want to show Andrea and all of you this. How long can you tolerate sitting in this and notice what happens in your bodies as you've been sitting here?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's familiar for you, Andrea, and it's also familiar for Juliana.
Yes, but I'm aware that I'm collapsing here, so I have the need of changing that.
So that's what I just want to say. Change it, and then we'll go to Valet.
Okay.
Adesso però abbiamo passato tutto,
Era
quello che stava dicendo.
Inizialmente però dopo.
Lei stava dicendo, notate quanto ci riuscite a stare, perché è così familiare per voi stare in situazioni così casinate.
Sì.
Quindi ci stavamo.
Sì.
Sopportavamo entrambi.
Ah, ok.
Però adesso io la rimetterei a posto la questione. Cioè.
Ma qual è la domanda che hai fatto però?
Ah, dopo. Sì. Perché siccome non so quanto tempo ha lei, vorrei che.
Allora, state fino alle 2 stanotte.
Vorrei esprimerla come un limone.
So, and I want to say one more thing about it, and then I want to go to Valet, okay? So when you're working with a couple, and they try to tell you this is having a boundary, you all now know it's not.
Okay.
Okay? And that they're giving you information about an old familiar feeling that really this, with two people in it, is what's familiar for them.
Ok. Posso dire una cosa su questo? May I ask you something about this? Because I think that all the confusion starts from, you know, when you ask us to say, this is my boundaries and you will not come in unless I ask you to come in. I allow you to come in. So there is a space for you to come in this sentence. And I think some of us misinterpreted as the condition of intimacy, of sharing something. So symbolically you share something. But I think it's a different boundary, it's a different representation.
Okay, I can explain it.
Okay.
So, our skin is a form of a boundary.
Okay.
Do you want to interpret?
La nostra pelle è una forma di confine.
Sì.
Okay. So the image of dropping a pebble into a pond makes concentric circles.
Yes.
Un sasso nello stagno che fa cerchi concentrici.
Okay. So if you imagine when you say, this is my space, that's the space you have, and if I invite you to come closer, and I say, come in, come get closer, there's still those concentric circles, in a sense, that go all the way to our bodies. We don't have to give ourselves up to be close with someone.
Mhm.
Cosa ha detto?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense for me if you also, when the person comes in, if you draw another line closer to myself.
So go ahead, do that.
I do that.
Yes, good.
So, for example, when the,
In fact, if you move back a little bit further, I probably could see both.
okay.
Keep going, keep going. A little more. Okay, now I can see the floor and you.
Okay, vieni qui.
Cosa fare? Devo fare il check?
Sì. So I mean, if she comes in, for example here,
So you have to mark your space first. So make a smaller circle.
E uno più piccolo dentro.
Sì. Adesso.
And then Andrea, make another circle in between those two lines. Yeah.
Comincia a diventare anche le colpate.
sì.
Okay. So valet. Walk over.
Walk over.
Go closer to Andrea. Please. Don't run. Go right up to that edge. Andrea, you just notice how that feels. You've got Juliana on one side, but now you have valet over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
So how does that distance between you and valet feel? She doesn't have any boundaries, John.
I feel some agitation in my belly.
Okay. So mark where does your boundary go when she comes closer to you? She hasn't come inside yours. But notice, just by her sitting there, you start to feel a little agitation in your belly.
Yes.
So she doesn't have an obvious boundary, John. Turn towards Juliana and see how you feel with where Juliana is sitting.
I feel it's more stable as a situation. I feel, oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, you and Juliana have clear boundaries.
Yes.
In this moment, valet doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily that she doesn't have it inside of herself, but
Yes.
it represents for you somebody who doesn't have a boundary.
Yes. True.
Okay?
Yeah.
Juliana, could you move your chair closer to Andrea?
Muove la tua sedia più vicino a me.
Andrea, notice what happens when she does that.
I felt something here, some movement, some energy here.
So tell her in Italian that this is your boundary, and she can't come in.
questo è il mio confine e non puoi entrare, a meno che non ti
What do you notice? Does it change anything?
I noticed that it's not so easy for me to tell this. First of all, in the moment I was speaking, but after that, I don't know, I feel heat in my body.
Okay.
I feel a little bit under pressure.
But you see what happens is it's still easy for you to lose your boundaries, even though you make them.
Yes.
And just by me having Valerie move closer to you and her not drawing a boundary is triggering for you.
Yes.
And then, even though you had one with Juliana, when she was further back in her boundary, you were okay. But she's still within all of her boundaries. She just moved a little closer, and you start to get a little destabilized.
Yes.
So, explain that to everybody, and then I'll say more.
Allora, praticamente mi sta facendo notare che anche se io ho disegnato i miei confini qua, è sufficiente che sia vicino una persona senza confini che mi fa già traballare.
Sì.
E anche lei, anche se sta ancora dentro i suoi confini, però come si è avvicinata io.
Sì.
E lei ha detto è così facile per te perdere i tuoi confini anche se li hai disegnati.
Ma è uno stato interiore,
Sì.
quindi
Sì,
che
sì.
non ha niente a che fare con l'energia
Certo.
e quindi
Sì.
Okay, so Valerie, you can come back to where you were. And Juliana, how do you feel with the distance between you and Andrea?
Come ti senti tu con la distanza che abbiamo adesso tra me e te?
bene, bene, non posso
Well.
andare oltre, però bene. No.
She said, I cannot go farther, but closer to him,
Uh-huh.
but I feel good.
So she's at her edge of
Sei il tuo
comfort.
confine,
Non.
sei il tuo confine di comfort,
Ah, ok.
sei al limite del tuo comfort.
Sì, sì.
Okay.
Ok, bene.
So what kind of, so now let's just have a discussion. You could all come back out of, and we can talk about it a little. Because that's,
We come there? You said?
yeah,
Okay.
you come closer. It's easier for me to hear you closer.
Mi piace di più questo.
She likes
So,
more.
yes, but now notice how you're sitting further away than when we started. I know now there's only 3 of you on the camera, but, so I think in part, it was, you
Oh,
were
yes.
closer before because of that, but you've now just kind of found your own comfort level naturally.
Ognuno di noi si è un po' allontanato per il suo spazio, naturalmente.
Però posso dire una cosa a Beth, che io lì mi sentivo come se avessi costruito dei muri, cioè fare tanti cerchi per me era come costruire dei muri, mentre questo mi piace di più, mi sento
She
tranquilla.
felt as if she built walls there. Drawing 3 lines, it was like building walls.
So, how did you experience the walls in your body? Did you?
Come sperimenti i muri del corpo?
La chiusura, proprio mi sento stretta, mi sento chiusa.
Okay.
Invece qui mi
So,
sento aperta. In questo cerchio mi sento aperta, lì mi sentivo
Now she
chiusa.
feels open.
Okay, so everybody, let's take 10 breaths. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.